Hello, hello. This is Mr. Gleek coming back at you. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, let's take the time to do it. You know, subscribe to the channel. You know, leave a comment, good, bad, or indifference, whatever the case may be. That's your opinion. Every individual are open to their own opinion. That's Mr. Gleek belief. But we're gonna get into some football. I did not watch many games today, but I'm going to start it here with, say, what was this here? I'll say with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know what happened during the game. I'm just going right now, step by step, on what I'm looking at here. We're going to make it work. I'm not a Baltimore Raven fan. I am a Lamar Jackson fan. You know, Lamar Jackson is from Florida. Said he go to Florida boy. And I think he gonna do good things this year. Wow, their defense already smothered the Rams. Are you kidding me? Or the Raiders. They already get smothered. Okay. Lamar dropping back. What a pass. Wow. I mean, that young man got some guns. He make it happen. He connect with Flowers like it was nothing. You know, Flowers was the rookie from last year. Got a sack on Lamar. Big number 98 for the Raiders. Yeah, okay. Did I razzle dazzle dance? That's okay. Lamar will get it back. I tell you, gonna get it back. Okay. Yeah, man, Lamar Jackson. I like that young man. I would like to see him do well in the Super Bowl. Not even the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, because he had a bad run in the playoffs thus far. And I really do not want to see him win another MVP, because really rare the MVP get the Super Bowl ring or the championship ring. That's just how they have it set up. That's the machine for you. Zero. You see that? Zero. Check it out. Zero. Nothing wrong with drinking some beer, but I like zeros now. I do have some real Heineken and Coronas and Modelo's and Bush and Budweiser, Moosehead, but that's not for me. If I should have guests come by one day, that's what y'all drink. I'd stay with the zeros. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to see Lamar Jackson, get the ring. But this year, I want to be all about my Cowboys, because we haven't seen that promised land in a long time. Very long time. So we need to get there just to show. But I will just say, this year going to be iffy. Lamar or the Cowboys. Okay? Yeah, they're playing pretty good. Get 3 points to the board. They just give the ball back up to the Raiders. Good grab. A big tight end for the Raiders. Drop back, 3-step drop. Early part of the game. The Raiders are still hanging there with 3-point lead in the first. So whilst they doing that, I'm going to look for another game. I want to see. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. They saw that game, man. I really don't want to talk about them. The O-line ain't came to work today. The D-line ain't came to work. I don't know if they should get paid because basically they just was BSing. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. They really didn't do anything. Upcoming game. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I did get a little whiff for the Dolphins game the other day. And it's hard to see the quarterback take another hit like that. You know, he's very concussion prone, but he is a dynamic quarterback. You just have to keep him healthy, and he can take them somewhere. You know, this is the first quarter with the Cowboys and Buffalo. He want to look like Alfred from the Saints who went over the Cowboys today. Not Alfred. Allen. I mean, basically he beat the Cowboys by himself. I stopped watching the game after he had 4 touchdowns. I said, wow, this is it. You know, we had the game, but we made a silly interception and gave them the ball. Touchdown. We made a silly interception with I just threw the balls like, wow. The intended target just fell down and lose all legs and said, here's what? I give up, man. I give up. You got this. That's how I feel. But we came back in the second half. Started pretty good. Looking good now. Like we're going to do something. Forced a turnover. Okay. The D-line forced a turnover. It wasn't much pressure. Just a 4-man rush. That was a bad throw for the quarterback. Caught it with a bad throw. Fuck it. D-line ain't did shit. But we get the ball. First play, give it back. I don't watch the game no more. It's over. Nothing to build on. Wow, I didn't set that. Man, that's just crazy I didn't set that. But guess what? I'm going to set it now. It's never too late to make stuff happen. Never too late. Never too late to make stuff happen. That's why I'm working on getting a production team so they can do all that stuff for me. I'm looking for start with a 2-man set. And I'm supposed to talk with this kid. I say when I get back to PA I would, but I had no time to do that. So, and I did forgot about it, to be realistically speaking. But I will reach out to him this week. Go to his where he work at. If I get off in time to get in the area. And see if he's still willing to work with me with this podcasting biz I'm trying to develop here. It's not easy trying to do this on your own out of your pocket. You know, I have equipments. I need more, but doing everything from scratch, trying to make it happen. But I'm not going to give up because as long as I have subscribers, I'm going to keep on putting contents out there when I can. But it will be more frequent once I get a little crew set up We have a set schedule on when we're gonna come on. This is my first time doing outdoor. My second time I did one earlier today, outdoors. It's my first time outdoors at night. So I'm trying to get much more, you know, elusive with what I'm doing. I don't have my backdrop. I have them inside, but I don't think I need it if I come outside to do it. I have nice views, and during the wintertime, it even look better when there's snow on the ground and seeing Bambi's behind me doing their thing, you know. So that's part of my game plan for the winter. Having something live shot with Bambi running behind me. Something to intrigue more people to subscribe and tune into Mr. Gleek. So the next thing what happened to I want to talk about, but I do not want to talk about it. Yes, I will. I like President Trump, but he has to stop saying the childish things that he does. I mean, he's not a kid. He is a grandfather. My gosh. Saying that people eating dogs and cats and like crazy stuff. Now, if you want to go by this Bible that everybody reads, or just about everybody reads, or used to read, that good book say, nothing the Creator made is unclean. That's according to that good book. So what's wrong with eating cats and dogs? Some part of the world, that's a cuisine. Mr. President, Mr. Former President, you're bigger than that. You're much bigger than that. But I was disappointed in you for putting something like that. I don't think any of your audience will give you for that. Not that you're going to lose your followers. Okay? Not you're going to lose a vote or two. I don't think so. But that was really not professional. You can't attack, used to attack Sleepy Joe. That was cool, but you can't do that. The first time around, you call people countries shithole countries. You can't do that. This is America. You run for our presidency to be the #1 seat in the world. You're running for that. You can't talk like that. You got to be much more better than that, Mr. Former President. Hopefully to be the next president. Now, the world know you as a savvy businessman. And that's part of the reason I want you there, because you're a businessman. You need people, not a politician, to be in the office sometime. You need a businessman. That's why they should elect on the 80s, Perot, some years ago. He's not a politician. Not a main politician. He's not a savvy, a career politician. He got involved in it, but that's not his line of business. Just like you. So, let's clean your act up, Mr. President-to-be. And don't lose your battlegrounds or some wars with sedity stuff like that. Now, on the other hand, Vice President, she has put up a good fight. A damn good fight. And if the Republican Party don't look out, Vice President gonna pull it off. She's not that far out of the race, not by a long shot. And I don't care what the polling says. The poll don't mean nothing. Because if we could go back in time when President Trump was his first go around, the polls had him down, and this, that, and the third. They said, "Oh, Mr. Trump was doing this, was doing that, was doing this, was doing that," to be able to win. But when all said and done, he win. He won the race. He won the election. Okay, it's first time around. So I don't believe the polls, what they say people have to do, have not to do. I believe in, now that we have social media, we can hear the real people. Any and everybody could go to a rally now and pop out their cameras and put stuff on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all these platforms that we have to offer in the social media. And you can see for yourself the supporters. Not no fake news like former President Trump started saying. Not no fake news. It's not even news, it's just common folk. Turn the camera on, he's showing you. By they doing that, by the people doing that, they showing, Vice President Harris is doing a dandy job. But when it all boils down to the nitty gritty, you should not vote for any one of them because of their ethnicity. If you're doing that, you're just wasting your damn time. You're a sack of shit. To me. Look at the agendas. Look at what they're talking about. See if that's something you want for your community, your country, your township. What have not. Not just because of someone's ethnicity. That don't mean that they're going to do good by you. So, and it has happened for a very long time, and that's what people was going on. And before they actually had a successful African descent person to put in the position to win, it went that way 110%. People going on ethnicity, 110. Not when you had Carter and Reagan. It wasn't that then, you know. But now that you're having this mixed ethnicities who are running, or different ethnicities who are not only running, because Jesse Jackson run, a lot of people run from different ethnicity. Even Dick Gregory run back in the 60s, early 70s ran back then, you know. But we don't, but people who are, even Dr. Ben Carson run, you know. We know with people who are actually going to be in the forefront to win. Not anybody going to put their name in the ballot and say they run it. But that does not say that they are going to be in the forefront to do anything. By saying that, man, let's look at the agendas on what they are saying. Let's do that. Let's see what each party have planned for your state. Number one, your state. Because you need somebody to come to the state to better your state. There are lots of states who what are in bad situation. Democrat and Republican. People, look at Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I mean, they've been going down for the last, how much year? And getting worse. Come on now. So let's see if the people in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, if they can go down to the city hall, sit down, spit what they need to spit to the city councilors, see what they can spit at the president's candidates, and see what they're going to bring to your city, your town, your community. If they can't do nothing for you, why should you do something for them? I mean, African descent people being voting Democrats forever and a day, lately. And like former President Trump say, what have they done for you? Give me a try. Let's be real about it. Now, go back in time. Way back in time. Who did the Democrat Party represent? And who did the Republican Party represent? It's only history. Check it out. Don't get it twisted. I did not write the book, but it's in a book saying who they represent and what they were all about. Now in the last, say 25, 30 years, people are not forgetful. I mean, that's 30 years or so, or plus, 30 years plus. Come on, man. I don't know the exact number, but we say 30, 40 years. I was not eligible to talk about nothing like that back then. I was nothing in the ground. Didn't know of nothing like that back then. But those who were there, they still here today. A lot of them. They know what time of day it was. Tell the younger people like me the truth. Who are still blind or who are blind. It's in the books. Read it. Like I say, do not vote for no one because of ethnicity. If that's the case, you waste your damn time. You're just as stupid and dumb as a box of rocks. Don't get mad at me. I don't want people to get mad at me and not subscribe to my channel. Because what I'm saying. Someone has to be real. We cannot be listening to the fake stuff and praising one person and bashing the other. But the next person you praise, the person you're praising, is just as bad as the person you're bashing. Or worse. Because we want this person to praise this person. Come on, man. Do you want the best for the country? Development in the country? Development for the country? We could use any slogan. Where's the beef? You know what I'm saying? Where's the beef? Remember the slogan? Use any slogan there is. I don't mean you should vote because the slogan sounds great, it sounds good. What are you going to bring to my community, to my township? Our roads, we get potholes like crazy. They've been like that for the last 20 years and getting worse. Our highways are trash. We need infrastructure on our highways. Our schools, they older than King Tut. We need new high school, more high-tech high schools. And let's get rid of old structures. We're ready to fall down with the children in it. Our local government need help to develop the senior people in our area. Things like that is needed. We might need a public assisted daycares in communities because two parents have to work nowadays to make it. Two parents. So, and if you look at it, daycares is basically will run some, say, a local small-time daycare may cost parents $32,000. I don't think a daycare costs no less than $20,000. I don't know. That's just numbers they're putting out there a year for. So now you have two parents working. One parent might say they don't have no college degrees. Not everyone have a college degree. Nobody else of a trade, a profession, something that they can say they can make $50,000, $70,000 a year. Just a lot of people can't make that. And a lot of people making that are struggling. So imagine those who are under that. So your community needs a public assistance with aftercare for children. So parents can work. Nothing that when if people going to party hardy. You have to work. At least they can be productive on the job. They can pay their own rent, pay their own light bill, their own water, their own this, their own that. They don't come on assistance and buy their own food. They don't come on assistance in that. But without that daycare, shit is fucked. Or child care, aftercare, whatever they want to call it. See what those people will do for your community. And I strongly believe, that many communities need aftercare for their children. Especially the ones in the income, say, from $80,000 down. They need it. You know, $80,000 with both parents. They can't miss a beat. Now, if you have it, say, a combination of 100,000 to 145,000 with both parents combined, that's a different story. But if the combination and both parents is under $80,000, come on, man. We really don't expect for them people to survive. People like that to survive on their own. They will never get out of a deficit. Every year, they'll be owing and owing and owing more and more and more because things are going higher, 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 and their wages are not going nowhere. That bullcut wage they give people, certain companies, a year, inflation they call it. I don't know who came up with that silly idea. Get say what I don't know, 10% inflation. But your car insurance, especially if you are African descent or Latino, that's the next thing with keeping the people down, keeping that community down. Okay? Now, the Caucasian community getting away, they got away with that part. There's lots of things that we can discuss that communities need help in. And that was for another time. I brought it up before and it went nowhere. I want to do it again. But since I cracked the seal, I'll let it rip. I was doing a little bit of looking into insurance and why it's so high. And it's in Google telling us why it's high. On number one, the ethnicity in the area you're living in. Infractions or no infractions, it do not make a difference. You can be squeaky clean as a non-Caucasian. And a Caucasian get out infractions. Their insurance are still cheaper than a squeaky clean non-Caucasian. It's in Google. Things like that communities need to bring to the people who are running for re-election as president or for presidency, mayor, senators, and so forth. Start at the city hall. Push the agenda with them. Push the table with them. And if they cannot do nothing for you, why support them? Now, they say you have to vote, you need to vote, you should vote. Yes, everybody have to vote, should vote, and should vote. But you should get paid. And that's part of your payment for me voting for you, putting you in that powerful seat. Do something for us, the people, who you're supposed to be working for. Don't make it seem like the people have to vote for you. And you go in there and don't do nothing for the people. The people put you there to work for the people, because when you become an elected official, you are now a servant for the people as an elected official. That's what they thought. That's what the book's telling me. Right? You know, how they wrote the book. Did you write the book? So, do not vote for no one because of their ethnicity. Let me get back to the point I started at. Don't do that. Every community, I'll take that back, just about every community needs help. I travel a lot through this country. And I see some areas, man, look worse than third world countries. People, I went to towns where it is, we'll say, 2%. I'll say, this town I went through had, it was on the, we was driving going for lunch, and there's a sign entering this town. It had like, small town, 15,000 Caucasian, 8 blacks, 3 0 point something, the other stuff they put there. And this was a little town in Arkansas. Yes, little town in Arkansas. Small town. might not even be incorporated. But the whole town, just about, is on welfare. That's a shame. But yet I'm going to vote for Mr. Bush, Mr. Carter, Mr. Reagan, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Clinton, because of their ethnicity. But what are they doing for your community? Okay, that's those night flying stuff going around. But what are they doing for your community? That's what I'm talking about. Do not vote for no one because of their ethnicity. Now, when President Obama first went into office, I keep it real. I heard a lot of people of African descent. They voted for him because of his ethnicity. I had no podcast then. I was doing this stuff. I just did start this stuff. Maybe I'll say now I'm going into my second year. Yeah, my second year. So I had this then. But I'm like, that is wrong. Because what are you going to do for you guys? A lot of people did not care. And they excuse us. I heard some excuses. Well, that's what the other people have been doing. Because they had no one else to vote for. There were two Caucasians. So they had no other choice. What? Did anybody have any choice? I don't know vote for Caucasians because that's what all was there. Males. Because I did really thought that Hillary was going to win when President Obama won the first time around. Yeah, I thought she had that lock, but she didn't. Now we have the same thing again, but one thing is just differently. So the ethnicity is turned the other way. The female is of African descent, and the male is of Caucasian descent. And there's a lot of people who just going on ethnicities, and it's not. I can't. I guess talking too much about that. To me, it's wrong. I'll let that go. Adults should know better by now. Oh, what else I got here I can talk about other than our election? The Cowboys get slaughtered. Tampa Bay trying to beat the Lions. Then the fourth, the Lions got the ball. They got 1 minute leave in the fourth quarter. Big stop. But still the 4th and 8. Oh, they got stuffed. Oh, that was funny. Look out. Oh, that's, Tampa Bay got the ball. So they got a safety. It was only be 2 points. What's going on here? No. No. Y'all giving them a chance again? Oh, man. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Why you don't got that fool right in the middle? Sprint to the outside, stop the clock. At least feel like you have a lead in the end zone. Wow, you guys throw it in the middle, throw the outside, stop the clock. Throw the outside, get the outside, up the middle again. Wow, drop the ball. Oh, you got it. Come on, let's get to the line, get to the line. Ooh, this could be a close one again. Spike the ball, spike the ball. Okay, let me go for spike. Sideline. Sideline, yep, sideline. Stop the clock, you got it. It's a catch. No catch. Damn, 1 foot in. Must be two catch back. A catch back in the day. Clock run out. Good try. Anyway, yeah, that's the Detroit Lions. They got their tail beat. Lost by 4. Not a bad game. Anyway, just subscribe to my channel. Anybody out there. And stick it with me. I'll be there to bring you some real shit. You know. I'm trying to, once I have my production set up, I really want to start to call in, get the line set up for that. But I don't want to do it until I get my production team together, so the calls could be screened. I just don't want to put any foolish person online using profanity. I'm getting crazy, you know. So, to put you online, guys. If you call in, I want the audience who tune in to hear what you have to say. And it's going to be, want to be screened and give people advice on letting them know how to conduct themselves. Because sometimes, we get excited. We have a story you want to tell. And by the excitement in our minds and our blood is piping, the drum going, you might say some stuff that is folly. And, that's something I want to promote. A lot of people, podcasts have succeeded and took off because they put in stupid shit on their podcast. But people like that. Trauma, controversial stuff, that's not my style. If I'm going to sit down in front of people and talk, I want to say something that makes sense. That's what I want to do. All right, Chad. Thanks for that. But you like my post, and yeah, thank you, Chad. Cool. Yeah, that's one of my followers. He liked that my short clip I put out there on Facebook. People been hitting me up on those I put up. Yeah, you can follow me too on Facebook, Gleek Johnson. I'm not too much on Instagram and TikTok. I don't really, I don't bother with them at all. Keep it real. I have accounts, but I don't bother with them at all. They get me on Facebook and see some of my clips on Facebook. And mainly YouTube. That's my channel I'm trying to build up. It's my YouTube channel. So I could be mainstream and start going live. That's my goal, to go live. Not no pre-recording stuff to get that down the road. But I'll have the live segment going on. Spitting to you straight off the tongue. And off my notes that I put in place. Ain't gonna know behind there going off of that. I can't afford that right now. I have my notes and try to memorize, go over it, try to memorize it. I have it spit it to you like You feel me? That's what Mr. Gleek planned to do. And you say keep looking at my phone, my other phone. You know, I didn't put too much notes down to spit at you guys because I was not planning to be on this long. But sometimes the adrenaline get going and just gotta just take off. You know, and that's what this game. This I feel game is all about. Speak from here. That's to come fluent. You gotta keep write stuff down and you making a planning of funny shit for chocolate. You get a little look at that. Get off of me. You look at it and say, well, okay, whoa, and just freely go over it. And what pops up, things that you've been thinking about all week, things you saw on the air, things you just see in general, that you can put with this and put with that. You see that? Put it together and give it to the people. That's all. And I think you'll have a better podcast, a better audience than just trying to be like using bad languages and that's folly stuff. Talking about stuff that to me don't make no sense. You know, but I don't mind discussing anything with anyone. If you call in and it's on your mind to talk about, as long as it's in good faith, good contents, we can go over it. That's your belief, your opinion. You know, I'm not here to knock you. You're not here to knock me. You know, some people do not like white bread. Some people don't like wheat bread. Some people say tomato. Some people say tomato. You know? It is what it is. You feel me? So that means I get mad at you because you don't like white bread. I love white bread. If you don't like white bread, you gotta be crazy. Something wrong with you. No. You don't like white bread, you don't like white bread. Neither do me. I don't like bread at all. You feel me? So, because I'm a person, I think I stopped eating bread. Oh, man. I'll say 2016, 2017. I haven't bought a loaf of bread since then. Now, I eat pizzas now and then, and it's going out to the pizza spot when we were working in Kentucky and get a few pizzas now and then, but then I feel like, oh man, this stuff's gonna hurt because, you know, so I try not to indulge in pizza like that anymore either. You know, like the other pizza, let's eat off the cheese or the chicken and cheese, you know. Well, all that dough stuff, try to get rid of, get rid of that a long time ago. So, don't get mad at me because of my opinion. Don't get mad because of yours. Don't get mad at me because I drink zeros. Check it out. You see that? Zeros. There's a Henny. And I'm not even going nowhere. But still I drink zeros. You know, a little story on that. I was out in we was in Kentucky on the job. We were just finishing it up, and I was like, we had get something to eat. Some of the guys. Now my license has been suspended in the past. No shame in the game. It is what it is. I'm construction. Nah, don't say that. Anyway, I'm an older person now. And I say, excuse me, to myself, I'm not getting my license taken away again in life. It's not an easy thing. And when they say it's a privilege to have a license to drive, yes, it is. Because without having a license and do what I do for a living, it made life tough. Your whole income changes. Now, if you have someone to take you from point A to point B, that's the third. That's not a problem. You don't feel it. But it was like me. I had no one to do that. I felt it for all those years. No shit in my game. But Mr. Gleek is still here. Still kicking strong. But I said I will never lose my license again. So that's why I go out, I'll take some Sprite. Don't so that I drink. I shouldn't be drinking that shit. But I does. Now and then, not like it's a religion. And water. So this little place we went to, I don't want another drink. Oh, we got this, what? Zero? What? Man. Okay. So, they started bringing in the zeros. But the good thing about it, they stopped. Maybe whoever was doing that, I don't know, that's on their behalf. So they will let me bring in my own. Hey, come down. It's like a cheers, basically where everybody knows your name. And we had co-workers who go there constantly. Who I met there, and I start going. People come up and you all start going there, and everybody knows your name. They know what you do. I know you got yours. Yep, and there was not a problem me bringing in my own zeros and sitting down with my co-workers, having a little laughter after work. Now, most of the guys don't live right in the vicinity, walking distance. I was a driver, 10, 12 minutes up the street from the spot. I mean, the hotel's right there, hotel right there. But I live in a camper. And I think I was the only one in the group who goes over there living in a camper. Yes, I was. Nah. The other guy could learn to sometime. Very rare, but he did. Yeah, right, he did. Okay, yes. But that's why I get into zeros. And we're going to be hanging out at the campground, me and other guys who on campus hanging out. And we pull out the regular. I'm like, ew. That is nasty. It's like I can't, and my body don't want it. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. It's like, I love my body, my taste buds, like, just didn't want it. So I stuck to the zeros. I never was a big drinker anyway. So it won't take much to twist my taste buds crazy. But I like to, because I say I'm never going to lose my license again. And if we're going to hang out, I cannot drink no brewski with you guys. I'll have some water, some Sprite. But now I discover these. Take it out. These was, I'm giggling. Cling, cling. Cheers, salud. But anyway, that's my take on that. And Mr. Gleek is signing out on you guys. But it's been nice chatting with you guys. And we'll have more of these after dark chats. I'll bring out more lights. Hopefully I can have a guest to sit down here and we can just spit at you guys. Excuse me. You know? I'll just kick the game, man. And make it happen. Kwame Brown. Yeah, I watch his podcast a lot too. I like him. I watch him a lot during the pandemic. That's where I got the idea to do the podcast, and was with Kwame, watching him. Mama's cooking. Yeah, man, I like, man, that's pretty cool. And he said how he started with an iPhone 8 or something like that, but you know he could always get a big following because he's a former NBA player, #1 first round pick for the Hornets, you know. So he had the status like that, start off that small, and you know what I'm saying. So that's, but he said too, he was in the game long before then. You know, it took him a good minute to. So that's why I'm not in no rush trying to hit like that. You know, I know it takes time to build. For someone like me who don't have no big following, because I'm not a professional player or musician or, you know, big time stars or former, you know, ones that started for the social game. So it's gonna take time to grow. I have the patience and myself to take the time to grow. I know I will get my following bill up, my subscribers bill up to at least 10,000. I know it's going to happen, so I'm not, you know, going crazy about it. You know, I want people to subscribe to my channel who want to hear what I have to say, who are for or against or in between on what I have to say, what I try and spit out, because I want the audience to guess, the subscribers, to feel free that they can call into this platform and speak their opinion with no one trying to bash them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been done but bash them. Just like I want my podcast to be. People speak. Feel free to speak your mind in a decent manner. You know, and make it happen. Make it happen. You might have a bad day at work. You might have a bad day on the highway or the freeway. You know, at the grocery store. You want to get off your chest. Call us. Call Mr. Gleek and spit it out. We hear everybody just give, hey, it'll be okay. It happened to me too today, but guess what? And some people are praying people. I pray to whoever you pray to. And all that away. You know, we here to mingle and dangle and get things out. And make everybody feel better at the end of the day. Okay? This is Mr. Gleek. Peace out. I got to go. I have to go to work tomorrow. You know, I'm like some people, they do this and that's all they do. I have a job to go to. And you know what time it is? I'm an early bird. I don't be up this late. And so I have to say, peace out. Till next time, Mr. Gleek. Don't forget, subscribe. Thumbs up. Leave a comment, good, bad, or indifference. Say something. Spit at me. and I will spit back.